So I want to go over my entire strategy that I use with Nathan to make $25,000 in 73 days with only $2,000 in ad spend. Now, Nathan does not like to make content at all. He is not a big fan of content. He just wants to work with people that want to work with him. But obviously, I told him that some people are not going to want to. It's going to be a hard with sales. So what we did is we ran super low budget ads at just $20 a day. I helped them dial in a sales process, and that's how he made $25,000. Cool. All right, good video. See ya. No, I'm playing with you. So, what we did is we started with ads, and we really just kind of looked over his ideal client. So, really, we could start here. So, we started with his ideal client. He's B2C. Now, the awareness and the sophistication level of his client isn't very high. They are aware that they don't like chiropractors and that personal trainers and physical therapists don't really work for them, or else they would be fixed. So that's what we played into. We played into everyone that has had those problems before, and we're giving them a solution. So we use the old way and the new way in his ads. So the old way was chiropractors and personal training or strength training and stretching. And what we did is we said all that is great, but it's not going to stay consistent. What you have to do is you have to go on a deeper level, and that's what we call a NKT protocol. So we use a unique mechanism with here. So using the old versus the new allows them to fully understand that, okay, what worked in the past is no longer going to work, and I have a better solution. So the chiropractors and the personal trainers, physical therapists, they don't work. NKT protocol is the way to go. So what we did for his offer is we used a interactive lead magnet in his offer, which basically just means that these clients have to actually put in work to get this lead magnet, and then by that time they're already warmed up, and it was a really easy close for him. So what we did with his offer is we're not gonna make any promises, but what we've been told is that after one session of NKT, our clients have never felt better. So what we want to do is we want to give you one free session to try it, and you can tell us if they're telling the truth or not. So that was his offer. One free. So they had to do at least two different steps. It was a two-step lead magnet. So what we did is we really played into believing what others are saying. So no promise, which already is saying that other people have said this, that one session for them is going to change their lives. Now, the thing with these ads is I can give the strategy, the two-step lead magnet, whatever, but what really worked is me and him sitting down together, going over who his ideal client was and the real pain. So looking at past sales calls, getting in touch with other clients to really understand his messaging, to really dial it in. Now, what I like to say is every funnel, every strategy works. That's why everyone's still running it. Everyone's been profitable from it and still is today. So it's how far can you dial in this messaging? And when you dial in the messaging and you hyper target one person, so it's that one person, they're old, they've tried physical therapy, they've tried chiropractic, they've tried personal training, and it still hasn't worked and they're still receiving pain. That is that one person that Nate is talking to and that we're talking to in these ads. So playing into skepticism has also helped us. So they're already skeptical, and that's why we're doing a free trial of this, but they have to put in work for it to show that they really want it. And the people that don't fill in the form on the back end don't get to try it. And with that being the case, when we cancel their call, some of them actually reach back out and say, hey, you've canceled my call. What's the deal with that? Which already pre qualifies them even more. So you can see here that we are running our no promise ads. This has been our best performing ad since we started. Now, this is the optimized campaign. You can see it here is that we have nine leads, 8 leads, 6 leads, 4 leads, but that's not certified. No promise, 2 leads, 2 leads, 2 leads, nothing outrageous. That's the play on the no promise. So we started in May 2025. I just have it on maximum because I want to see all the results instead of trying to pinpoint exactly when we started. I know it was in May. I just don't remember the actual date. So we have two campaigns that we set up for them. We set up a cold campaign and a warm campaign. Now this cold campaign is getting about $7 per lead, and our warm campaign right now is getting about 12. This is our optimized campaign. So we already know what audiences work, what kind of ads work, and what they like to think about on the call. So it's a lot easier for him to close and move them down the line. Now, our old audiences and our old campaigns, or our old cold and our old warm, got about 19 and $11 per lead, which still isn't bad. This is where he probably made his first $20,000 from in these ads. You can see here 90, 100 leads or so from this campaign. Now, our NKT top of funnel, that was the first style we ran. I didn't like it, and then we switched to the cold warm. So this is when we switched to our 551. interactive lead magnet style ads. And this is when we've just been crushing it. And now this is what I use in my business. This is what I use with all my other clients. But I just wanted to highlight this. You can see here, 44 appointments. So his cost per call right now, if this is correct, which I think it is. I don't think anything's coming since I made this video, or since maybe yesterday when I took the screenshot, is that he has 44 appointments, which means his average cost per qualified call is $45. Now, what a lot of agencies, coaches, what they're looking for is $20 leads and $120 cost per call. What we're doing and is allowing us to do is have that be 1/3 of the average that the industry is getting. And we're only spending $20 a day. So it's not packing his calendar. It's showing him that these ads work, our messaging is dialed in, there's desire in the market, and it's helping him develop a cold sales process. So if you don't have a cold sales process, there's no reason for you to scale your ads. And that's solely on the reason that if you don't have it and you start spending $100 a day, you're wasting ad spend, because when people come in, they talk to you, you don't know how to close, you don't know how to warm them up, you're just wasting money. It's going to be like a 1 in 10 close instead of really what it should be, 25 to 30%. So you can see here, just in the next week here, he has 10 calls. I think there's more on the next page, but I didn't scroll that far. So with this strategy, he's getting about 10 calls every week, which still isn't terrible, but he doesn't want to take a lot of calls. He's going back into school. He wants to spend more time actually with his clients so that they stay longer. So we keep his calendar a little closed off. Now, we could open it up even longer, but that's just not the stage that we're at. This strategy really allows a lot of room to play with and really take your direction for the business that he wants to, or that you want to go. Now, the best thing is about this is that this ad strategy is designed to scale the business. So not only are we running ads for him, but we are actually taking his entire backend. So how is he retaining clients? What's his upsell? What's his downsell? How is he going to get the most amount of money out of every lead and every appointment that comes in? So whether that's running low ticket funnels, figuring out the desire, putting that into an offer, creating courses, hiring out a team, he's set up to scale to wherever he wants to go just off of $20 a day ads. And right now he doesn't want to go anywhere. So he sustains this $20 a day, signs up 1 to 3 clients a month, and he's happy like that. Now, what I'm doing is I'm now in the process of scaling my ads. So we've gone from 20 to $50 a day because I know my call. I know my price and my cost, which is $50 per book call for my own business, which is still way below the industry average. And I want one of those a day. So that's what I'm doing. Now, the other best thing is our follow-up system. When the new lead comes in, they give their information to Nate. The follow-up process that we have in place allows us to recover 30% of leads that don't book right away, which is crazy. Now, our second follow-up process, which I don't have drawn up here, is a long-term reactivation and qualified funnel. So if they're unqualified, they don't book, whatever, we put them into a long-term and we get them qualified so they work with us. Now, when that happens, you build a lot of reciprocity because not everyone does a qualifying funnel. Because when you're not qualified, they send you off on your own, send you to go do it yourself. But we want to help them get qualified so they come to work with us. So if you want to see how this would look for you and have your own little strategy, maybe even build out an interactive lead magnet, all you have to do, go below. I'll invite you on a one-on-one talk with me. Spend about an hour building out your entire ad strategy roadmap that you can run at $20 a day, see results, make sure that the system works for you before working with me.